I saw Ballerina. This is Carly Tatiana Panza with the Sacred Storytelling Podcast, where I do mini off-the-cuff movie reviews. And if this is your first time listening to this podcast, welcome. I hope you subscribe to the podcast. I hope you leave me a review. If this is your, second time, third time, you've listened to these before, welcome back. Now let's get into the Ballerina. It's not the Ballerina. It's Ballerina. And I don't know if there's a tagline. It's basically part of the John Wick Universe. Ballerina, the new John Wick Universe film. But that's not the tagline. Anyway, let me get into my review. So, how I felt about it. It was not as good as John Wick. But let's be real, not many things are. And John Wick was it just changed the game as far as action movies. And the original one is just so awesome. Despite Keanu's not that great acting, I hear he's a lovely person. I don't mind if people are mediocre actors if they're really great people and great to work with. And it doesn't seem like from the interviews that I've seen him in that he thinks that he's a really great actor or that he's trying to do these like epic dramatic things or pretending that he's a really good actor. So maybe that's why it doesn't bother me. It was still nice to be in the world of it again, the world of John Wick. I definitely found myself getting bored, which was kind of a bummer. It's a fun, fluff action movie, which is what I expected that it would be. So now I'm going to get into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't want specifics or spoilers ruined for you, you should pause and stop listening now. So spoilers for Ballerina. I'm a huge Ana de Armas fan, but I really hope she doesn't get pigeonholed into this kind of like action star trope, because I actually think she's a really great actor, and I really didn't, truly see it until I saw her in Blonde, which is a horrible movie. Please don't see that movie unless you only see it for her performance. Just warning, it's just such a obviously made by a man, just overall, just a really badly made film. But anyway, this is not about me talking smack about Ballerina. I just hope she doesn't get pigeonholed into this action star type trope, because I actually think that if she did some really great indie films, like indie dramas or even like indie comedies with some really solid directors, she would really develop her acting. Like I think she was on with Blonde, she broke through something, and I'm worried by taking a role like this, probably shortly after, who knows, maybe she did it before Blonde, that she might be taking a step back and contracting in her ability. But anyway, I think she's great. And like, she was one of the best things of that one Bond movie when she was like that action star in that one of the most recent Bond movies. But she's so petite that as I was watching it, it was very hard for me to suspend my disbelief. And it was actually really unrealistic when I was watching it for me to believe that she could do some of the things that I was actually watching. Some of the times that people would hit her or she'd be like thrown up against a wall, literally my first thought was like every bone in her body would be shattered right now. Like she probably weighs 100 to 115 pounds soaking wet. Like she's very petite, so part of me was like, man, I wish she had like bulked up for this role, or they had some sort of explanation of, how she could still be going after some of those things. And I know they tried to make her character relatable and multidimensional by showing the background with her dad and her dad getting killed in the beginning, but it just didn't really work for me. It wasn't enough. It didn't actually land or have it, work. And the whole thing with like her long lost sister trope, cliche, that was like, oh my gosh. It was really awesome to see John Wick again, to see Keanu Reeves, to get him to reprise that role. My husband mentioned this thing that I actually really agree with. He was like, it would have been really cool if they had actually had them really fight you know? They didn't really show them like truly going for it because, you know, he is this like almost like this mythical legend, Baba Yaga. And like she has also developed herself to be this supposedly killing machine. And I feel like they kind of pulled their punch with how much they went for it in that fight with each other. So that is my review of Ballerina. I hope you tune in again if you're watching this. If you're watching, like you could be watching on YouTube, even though there's no video. Please tune in again. Please subscribe to this channel. Please leave me a review. I would love that. And I hope to have you tune in again for another episode of the Sacred Storytelling Podcast. I am your host, Carly Tatiana Panza. It always feels so funny and fun saying that, but there you go.